Good morning. It's Thursday, it's 10 o'clock, well, nearly, and it's the SHAC Shack. My name's Barbara Gray from Clarity. Come on in and let's have an hour of doodling together. How are you? Anybody there apart from me? Paul, can you hear me okay? Am I on my own? It'd be nice to see if anybody's with us. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. I think it will be, do you think it'll be a white Christmas? Do you think so? It's very, very cold here in the southeast of England. Where are you? Good morning, Lynn. Always good to see a familiar face. Here they come. Hello, Janet. Hello, Jill. Nice to have your company. How are you? Have you got your cup of tea? Are we ready to rock and roll? You rock. Funny old times. Funny old times. But I've got my body warmer on and I've got a few good mates. And I'm here. And I've still got a pulse. And it's all okay today. And just for an hour, that's what the shack's about, isn't it? Just for an hour, we're going to doodle, going to hang out, going to be creative. You don't need much. You know that. All you need is a pencil and a piece of paper. If you've got a tracing pad, that's helpful. But or a rubber, an eraser pencil for our American friends. But come on in. Good morning, Ken. Well, it's lovely to see all our shackers back in the building. And I know we only meet once a week because we're all busy people and we're all running around again. And there's less of a need to congregate every day like it was last year. But should the need arise and should we get locked in again, never fear, Barbara's here. And we'll just hang out and we'll do really beautiful art projects again. Oh yeah, don't worry. I've got a plan for next year already. Yes. So let's get started. It's 9:59. The sound is clear, according to Paul. So our Paul's in the building with you, and he's going to answer any of your questions if you have any, and he'll tell me if you've got any questions for me directly. He will just pick them up and ping them to me. So we are together, but we're not together. Come on in, shut the door. And there's plenty of room around the outside here. Plenty of room. A few biscuits over there. I'm on a diet. Yes, I am. I've got to tell you. Right, ready? While everyone's coming in, I'll tell you a story. So my dad, he's been really ill, as you maybe know, really not well at all. And he's lost so much condition, so much weight. But he's very tall. We're a tall family. So he's about 6'4". I mean, now he's 84 years old. He's maybe shrunk an inch or so, but he's still a very tall man. But he's very thin, very thin. So he's decided that he wants to start beefing up a little bit. Like, I don't have that problem. I'm trying to go the other way. And so he asked me, because his eyesight's not great, he asked me to get a pair of scales that he could actually see. So I thought I'd go one step further and get a pair of talking scales. I'm just telling you this story while everyone comes in the building. Come on in, settle down. So I thought I'd get him a pair of talking scales. Okay. So I got the batteries in, and I said, "This is how it works, Dad." So I put the scales on the floor. And I said, "Right, so what you got to do, Dad?" And he was standing opposite me. And I said, "Right, what you do is you stand on them and they go, 'Hello.' And then you get off again, right? And then you wait." And he said, "All right." And then I said, and then she'll say, "I'm ready." And then you get back on again. And then she tells you wait. At which point the scale said, 13 stone 5. Me, right? I said, "Oh my God, I've never been over 13 stone in my life." I went, right. So I got off again. Shock, horror, right? So I know I put on some weight, but I didn't realize I was 13 and a half stone. Anyway, so I turned the scales around. I said, "You'll go, Dad." So, hello. He gets off. He goes, "I'm ready." He gets back on, and the scales, 6'4", John Gray, scales say 10 stone 5. I said, "They're broken, Dad." He said, "What do you mean they're broken?" I said, "They're telling you that you're my weight and they're telling me that I'm your weight. So he said, 13 stone 5, Barbara. You don't look 13 stone 5. I said, well, it's very gracious of you, Dad. I said, you do look 10 stone 5. And then, so we're having a bit of banter. And I was thinking, I was shocked at my weight, right? So this has got to change. So I said to him, do you know I only weighed 11 stone at my wedding? And you know what he said to me? Which wedding was that then, Barb? Cheeky. Oh. Yeah, which wedding was that then, Barb? So he's obviously feeling better. Right, we're all in the building now. Come on in. So now he's got these scales in the living room. And so we've made an agreement, he and I, that we're going to meet each other halfway. We're going to meet at 12 stone. And and I said to him, well, it's a lot. And he had a great idea. He said, I'll tell you what, Bob, whoever gets to 12 stone first, the other person that has to take us for a meal. I said, well, that's really a nice idea. And then I thought about it. I thought, I'm on a hide into nowhere. And I said, you know, it's a lot easier to eat than not eat. And his response was, well, you could pick the restaurant then. Yeah, so yeah, he's on form, even if he's slim. Makes me laugh. And it's good, you know, humor is good. Laughter is great, isn't it? Last Friday when we did the SHAC Shack, didn't we laugh at those stupid cracker jokes? I was still chuckling on Saturday. Stupid cracker jokes. Now I'm getting hot with my little body warmer on. This must weigh at least 3 stone. Come on, hands up. Who's put on weight? It's not easy, is it? I'm determined now, though. Oh, the challenge is on with my father. I'm going to get to 12 stone, and then I'm going to get to 11 stone. And then once I get to 11 stone, I'll be able to get back into a few pairs of jeans that I can't get into at the moment. I guess it's we kind of comfort eat, don't we? Do you find that eating is comforting? I do, and I've got a sweet tooth as well. But I also think that it's a habit. It's just a habit, you know. And I've sort of decided, I've taken the decision that I've got to be a little bit more, you know, that whole glib, a moment on the lips and a lifetime on the hips. Yeah, we know all that. But right, it's actually digesting that information. Is it worth that momentary indulgence to then have a huge derriere? No, it's not. So, fat, be gone, I say. Right, we're going to doodle. I reckon everybody's in now. Here we go. Lovely to have your company. Come on in. And last week we were doing these lovely ginkgo leaves. They were so pretty. The colours in the garden are absolutely glorious at the moment. But I enjoyed this. I thought this was a really a nice project. And there was some. If you didn't catch this up, if you're surfing the net and wondering what we're talking about, we don't only talk about weight. We do talk about art. And what we did in the last couple of weeks, we did a really nice project, didn't we, on designer parchment. I mean, I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I tell you what I have done. I don't know, did I talk about it last week to you? Hey. Got us a bit of luck that they happen to be sick. This is total luck that they're here. Right. Maybe I showed them to you last week. I don't know. Time flies when you're having fun. So we got these taster packs now. So with the parchment, if you fancy having a go on the parchment, everything just rolls into one now, doesn't it? We've got these taster packs. So it's like half the size. So instead of 48 sheets, it's 24 sheets. So you've got Toscana, Indian Summer. You've got all these different beautiful parchment. This one was a Toscana one. But what it means is that you can, because they're tasters, you can get a taste of the different sets rather than having to spend twice as much. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, these are going to be half again, aren't they? So that's worth thinking about. And then I thought today we'll start something new, shall we? Let's start something new. And what we need, we don't need much, because we're going to doodle. And I thought closer to Christmas, when we started getting busy and, you know, everybody's running around trying to catch a turkey and wrap presents and what have you, I thought then it might be cool if we do another poppet or a postcard. Postcards take a lot of colouring in, but the poppets are really easy to, you know, just that little quick colouring in job. We'll do that further into December when we're getting into the Christmas spirit of things, and we've got less time to spend on this stuff. Okay, but today I thought we'd do, let's call them a moon wreath. So they're a wreath, but they're a moon as well. And I was looking at wreaths because we did some really nice wreaths last year about the same time. Do you remember, with the holly and the ivy? Really pretty. Can't remember where I put it, but it's definitely, Paul will probably be able to tell you if you didn't see that particular SHAC Shack. Paul will give you the link, or we'll look it up by the end. Keep Paul on his toes, I say. But I was thinking about wreaths, and I thought, well, they're a circle and they're very beautiful. But if you chopped a wreath in half, so you had two halves, or maybe uneven halves, then this half becomes like a crescent moon. And I thought, yeah, useful, very, very useful. So that was where that's where my thinking went. So what we need, we're going to use, I've got some tracing paper. Okay, look, I've already done a little bit of homework. I've been working ahead again. The bus drivers on the ball. You need, well, we sell these, but it's that one I'm after. HB will do. Just a bog standard HB pencil. And then down the road, if you haven't got them, Micron pens. I have a question before you go shopping now. Paul, these would be in the Grey Friday sale, wouldn't they? I don't know about these, but these would be, wouldn't they? Have a check. Because tonight, this is heads up now, all you early birds, at 5 o'clock, because Grey Friday's tomorrow. We call it Grey Friday, not Black Friday, because I don't like the name Black Friday. It sounds ominous. It sounds like something terrible happened on Black Friday. So we call it Grey Friday. And we're flicking the switch on the Grey Friday sale up to 50% off sale, plus discounts, plus club discounts at 5 o'clock tonight. So I thought I'll give you the heads up. So don't be shopping before 5 o'clock tonight, whatever I tell you. Okay. Just wait, be patient. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. We've got an ink pad sale going on today, but it'll still be going on at 5 o'clock too. Yeah. We can consolidate orders though. So if you did fancy going and having a look at a few ink pads, I'm sure that we can marry up your orders. It would be handy, because that's the thing, you see, with the Grey Friday sale, there's a little bit of an avalanche effect. And what we do is we do the first ones first. The first one's in or the first one's out. It's that, isn't it? So anyway, what I'm saying is pump the brakes on buying anything until 5 o'clock tonight. I think that's fair enough, isn't it? Heads up, people. So what we're going to do now is do some doodling. What you need is a pencil. I'm going to take a couple of pieces of, let me take those out the way, and we'll start from scratch. So we're all on the same sheet of music. So you've got a piece of tracing paper, have you? You've got two bits like that. Lay one back without splitting it. Then do the next one. So you've got two sheets here, two, go like that. And no, bring one back again. Bring one back and leave one over like that. No, that's right. And then put paper, I am right, put paper in there. Right, rewind this bit. Bloody hell, Barbara, this isn't even hard. Right, take the tracing paper, put that one over, right? If I do this enough, it will split anyway. Then take the second one, put that over, then take a couple of pieces of copy paper, slide that in there so that you don't press through and ruin this tracing. Then flick the first one back. Holy moly, how hard can that be? Right, and now you got your pencil, and now you got your rubber. Right, and now we'll get started. Oh, and now you need something to draw around. Okay, now what you draw around dictates the size of your moon, your wreath, your moon wreath. So you could use, I'm not going to tell you a size, it doesn't matter. It could be your mug, it could be the lid off this, it could be anything round, anything round, anything round. So if the larger you draw it, the easier, really. So I think I'll go with, what shall I go with? I'm going to go with the lid. Okay, I'll go with the lid. So just so you know, because I know that some of you want to know, let me just put my glasses on so I can see. This lid is about 2 3/4 inches in diameter, or for our metric friends, 7 centimeters. There you go. I'm tempted to do this one because Dave made it. It's a candle holder. This one's just over 2.5 inches. This one's 6.5 centimeters. Can't make my mind up. Right, let's do this one. Okay, so we're going to do, but what we're going to do is keep up in the top half. Okay, stay in the top half. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're going to try and arrange here. Yeah, I think so. Or maybe there, go like this. Right, and draw one round, go all the way around like that. There you go. You can see that well, can't you? And then do the other one. Let's do another one. Let's do a couple of different. Let's do one over here. Right, okay. We'll do one there as well. Right, that will do. So drawn around that, same. Yeah? Everybody happy? Micron pens will be in the sale. Boom. Thank you, Paul. Okay. Now, you've got your 2 circles. Now, think 2 o'clock. If that's 12 o'clock, lunchtime, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Go to 2 o'clock, maybe 1:30. And go to 6 o'clock, like that. So you've got 6 o'clock in the evening to 1:30 in the afternoon, like that. Okay? That'll do. And then what we're going to do is draw this part and that part so that we can separate them. So in other words, if I were to show you, let me show you a finished one so you know what I'm talking about. See the gap there? So this one's already finished. So I've drawn that up there. By the way, this is the smaller one. Okay. So I've gone up to there and then I've split it. It's gone away. 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then this bit's the bit. So if you were to ignore that bit, now check it out. So if you look at this now, right, you can see it looks like a crescent moon. And can't we draw a crescent moon, you know? But let's get the foliage and the wreath in place first. Nice. Just cross that over like that. So what we want to do first of all is just start putting, because the idea that I've had, if I talk it through at the beginning, then you'll understand it better. If I take this one, right, so I've already done this, and you can see, let me come in close so you can see it. I always think with the bus, you want to know where you're going. So just get on and start driving around in it. Right, so now see that? We start here, and we've put, I'll show you how to do these. So we're going around that way, but we're not making it too busy. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. You can see, right? or we could do it there, but I'm sort of keeping it separate because it is a separate piece, right? And then, but what I wanted to do was watch. If you take that one, let's pretend that's all done, all blacked out now. This is going to be, let's call this the silhouette. This is the silhouette one. It's all black, yeah? And then we're going to take the same circle with this piece of tracing paper that we flipped to the side. We're going to bring that back down again, lay it over the top of that one, and then we're going to, so what you've got now, you're still working from 6 o'clock till 2 o'clock, really, right? But this other set of leaves, they drop into, let me show you. You draw them and they're a different wreath, but they drop into the gaps. So you've got both. So you can use one on its own, or you can use them both alone, or you can marry them up and they don't clash. So there's a skill to that. It's an overlay trick, isn't it? But we're good at that stuff, and it's very, very easy once you deconstruct it. Right, so, and what kind of flower are we talking about? Let me just show you. If you're talking about the flower or the bird here, all this is, if I do it in large, it's a heart like that with a head like so. Or you could do another heart. You can do them all different. Look, like that. But everyone's got a little top to it, a little nipple at the top like that. So you go like that, and then you put a little heart on the top. So when you colour them in, you see, you can't see that little thing at the top, but it makes it look like like a bud with 3 pieces, like that, that, and that, right? So when you go small, it's a little heart with a little nipple on it. Right, there you go. Okay. There you are. That's it. One. It's easier to do the heart and then put the little nipple on. Okay. So what we want to do is just start building the wreath around here. And I'll put this one here so you can see you're going in this direction. You're traveling up the moon, up the moon. So we just start, let's just put our, let's not worry. Let's not get over excited about, look. And this, the other thing is, remember, when you do this, it doesn't have to be too busy, because otherwise, when you go to put the other one in over the top, you won't have anywhere to put the other leaves. I almost did mine a bit too busy. Does that make sense, friends? Let's have a look. So then you can just put your, this would be nice. Where am I? 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I've got to stop here soon. So I think I'm going to take my rubber, my eraser, and I'm going to stop myself there. And I'm going to knock it out there as well, just so that I know that's as far as I want to go. 6 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Right, and then, you see, if I wanted to, I could add a couple more. I want to leave a bit for the leaves, but it still wants to look nice on its own, you see? So what you could do now is start adding branches off the branches. That's quite a big gap there, Gray. Let's do another one there. And don't forget, you don't want to go too busy, though. Just make little, you can always add them, and you can always take them away too. It's nice, it's nice. It's going to drop down like that. That's quite nice, isn't it? Got a nice big area there. So we're going to have lots of, so you can always add more. And then you're going to put that in over the top. Everyone's original. Right, we're there. That's not so bad, is it? And then on this side, you're going to, oh, hang on, now I've come off the page. Go from 6 o'clock to 2 o'clock, this bit, but we're going to go that way. So let's do that while we're in this sticky mode, while we're doing the branches. Let's keep going, and we'll go this way. This is going to look good, you watch. I can't wait to see where, you know, I love working with you people. I really do, because what happens is I have a little idea, or I see something and I think, you know, they'd love this. And then I expand on it and I start working on it. And then I kind of offer it up to you with a couple of tricks and tips, and then you run with it. And when I see what you do, it's like, wow, that's amazing. That's much better than I would have. I don't have the time. And also some of you are really talented, very, very talented, you know, and you're better than me at this gear. You're better than me. And I feel it. My job is just to give you that kind of, just an idea, just something that you can run with, and then off you go, you know. It's really cool. It's really lovely to see. It's lovely. And then we go on Clarity Worldwide, and you just can't believe what you see. It's so beautiful. I like that a lot. What I was going to say as well, are you signed up to our newsletter? Because if you're not, you might want to consider it. You know, if you go to our website, it's in the bottom there. Oh, I'm rubbish at this. There, look, claritystamp.com. See, because it's nice over there. Anyway, claritystamp.com. If you go there, you can sign up to our newsletter, and then we'll send you emails. We won't stalk you. We don't pummel you. I get pummeled. You can always unsubscribe if it gets too much. But the thing is that it tells you when the sale is, where the events are, what we're going to be, what's occurring, what we're doing, if there's any special offers. You know, if you're into craft, then it's not a bad newsletter to receive, is it? Hey, right, come on, let's keep going. So we've got this one, and if we put them together, they'd make a whole. Now let's start on our little hearty things. Okay, so let's just put these at the ends. They can be different sizes as well. Some little ones. Put the little nipple in. And do you know what I was going to suggest as well? Because what we're doing here is really that little heart. We're getting our layout, aren't we? This is our composition, yeah? When we transfer this to our piece, I thought this would be nice. I don't know. You could put this on beautiful designer parchment. You could put it on white card. You could put it on, you know, world's your oyster, really. It'd be lovely to see there's your challenge. What are you going to come up with? Well, how are you going to present this? You know, I'm just showing you the design first. This is quite good, isn't it? Easy. Piece of cake. Absolute piece of cake this is, isn't it? Look, little hearts, and then a little nibble on top. Right, here we go. Not hard. There we are. And the other thing is, because we only meet once a week, we can't be doing like we did Africa. And do you remember when we went to Hawaii and we did those amazing trips last year? Holland, Africa, Hawaii. Let me think. Went to the woods. We did some absolutely spectacular. Where else did we go? New Mexico. I loved the New Mexico one. Under the sea. Was that Hawaii? No, that was a different one again, wasn't it? Right, so we've done that. We don't have to colour them in black. We could do that. All we need is the outline. We can do the black bit. I have to do it twice. We could do the black bit with the pen afterwards. We just need the shape now. All right? So what I'm saying is, right, here we go. Let's do the same over here. So we got the same flavour. I always find if you start on something and then you go to something else, when you come back, it takes a little while for you to get your eye in on the same sort of style, doesn't it? Yeah, so that's the thing now in the shack. We've got to keep it relatively simple because we only meet once a week. And if we did something, do you remember when we did like what was it, Lancelot? Camelot. that was a hell of that was a serious piece of artwork with the horses and that. Do you remember? They don't all have to have nipples in either if you don't want them to have nipples in. Now, how far am I going here? I think I've overcooked it a bit. That's it. That'd be nice. That'll go in there. If you wanted to make it a whole one, you see it's easy, isn't it? But if you want to make a wreath, see what I see here, like take this now. Hang on. Let me just humour me here. When this is done, when it's at this angle like that, and you've put your moon in there as well. Right, check this out. That's gone, pretend. Then your moon comes in behind this. We draw in a moon behind the, that's going to look so superb. You know that, don't you? But we still need some more leaves. So now we need our overlay. That'll do for the moment. You cool with this? Don't take long, does it, when you get in the groove? Okay. How big? Are you going large? Let's have a stretch your neck. Stretch your neck. Got to stretch your neck a little bit. Here we go. Come on, bit of exercise. Hey. And to the right. And core. Crack, 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 crack. Can you hear it? Terrible. You do need to stretch a little bit. I'm certainly feeling my age at the moment. Yeah, I am. It's okay though. It's all right. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm really lucky, you know. All 13 stone 5 of me is really lucky. Actually, I have to tell you, I've dropped a couple of pounds since then. It's funny how I've tried for months to try and lose some weight and nothing's incentivized me. I don't know why. I'm sure you do understand. But when I stood there with these talking scales and when my dad said he was 10 stone 5, I thought, for me, it's like some switch just flicked. I thought, time to take action. Because if he sees me progressing, then he'll progress in the opposite direction. That's the deal. I feel qualified then to say to him, come on, eat up. You can have my half. You see? And it was that connection with my dad. And then interestingly, my mum, she got on the scales and she said, okay, I'm in, right? And so it just needed that connection. And now I feel incentivized because I'm not alone doing it. I suppose that's why people go to Slimming World and that, isn't it? So you're not alone. I think it's quite hard to be motivated when you're on your own, which is why we hang out at the SHAC Shack. If any of you, right, this is just a suggestion though, if any of you, I know it's got nothing to do with doodling, but if you want to lose some weight, if you are fed up, I need to say something else. If you are fed up with all the poundage, you know, because I don't like it when I can't get into my clobber. It's not vanity. I don't know. It's just, you think, oh, it's the slippery slope, this one, isn't it? And I've got a walk-in wardrobe. I just about get in the wardrobe, let alone into the clothes in the wardrobe. If you fancy joining my mum, my dad and myself, then please say so. Reach out. And we could do something together. It doesn't always have to be about doing. As long as we're together, it doesn't matter what we do. As long as we lay off the mince pies. Yeah. So if anybody wants to join a little, I'm sure you all do. Lots of you do Slimming World and that anyway. Some of us don't want to do that. So if you fancy joining a little group, how can we do this? Perhaps I'll put a little Facebook group together and then we can have our own weekly little weigh in, you know, something like that anyway. If anybody's interested, if there's any interest here, Linda Williams, you definitely put your hand up. Come on, I want it up, high, higher, higher. That's it. Linda's in. That's it. So it's Linda and me, and I'll get a little Facebook group going. All right, and then I'll put it out there so you can find it. But come on, stop larking about. Okay. I just remembered a story. I used to work at, when I was a teenager, I used to work at Tesco's. I worked at British Home Stores as well, but I worked at Tesco's. And sometimes I was on the tills, but sometimes you had to go and fill the shelves, like the stacked shelves. And I was right at the top on a stack, like doing the top shelf anyway. So I was on a little pedestal, and a lady came up from behind, and I didn't see her, and I was just putting this, and she said, "Can you tell me where the margarine is, please?" And I said, "Yes, of course. What do you want, tubs?" And I turned around and I said, "What do you want, tubs?" And it came out really badly, and she was quite a large lady, and she said, "You cheeky miss, I'm going to report you." And I went, "No, do you want tubs of margarine or do you want packs of margarine?" She was so angry with me. I was only about 15. Do you want tubs? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, it's all in a day's work. It just occurred to me. This woman, yeah, she reported me. Right. Now we're going to put the leaves in over the top. So drop this one over. That's nearly come adrift now. You know, the one that we put forward. And what we're going to do now is, again, take whatever it is you drew around before, same one, get it in the same place. I'm going to come to this camera now so I can, right, get it in the same place. See, that's the handy thing about having it still attached here, because it's a registration, isn't it? It registers. Oh, there you go. So now we're working on another layer. Okay, there, like so. Now we're working on another layer. And what worked really well for me, right, let's see if I can just turn this over so I'm not fighting a huge long lid. Right, there you go. That's it. Like that's a better idea. Right, so that's in the right place. Okay. And what I found was a good idea was to put the leaves in, right, and then join them to the circle. So, see, it comes out really nice when it's finished. Look, oh, hang on, wrong camera. It comes out really nicely when it's finished. See, this is different because this was made to marry up a different one. Actually, it's not bad. So it looks nice on its own, and you can see it as a moon, can't you, again? See? 6-2. But what was really easy to do was to put the leaves in the gaps. You don't want it too busy so that they're all overlapping, or it just gets to be a mosh. So, let's have a look. So we put the leaves in. So what sort of leaf do you want? Let's talk about what leaf we want first. Hang on. Where's my little... I can do this one. Oh, here it is. This is my tester sheet. So what leaves do you want? Do you want droppy leaves like that? Or do you want pointy leaves? Or do you want real, like that sort of leaf? Have a little play first. Little droplets. You can have droplets. You can have leaves. You can have leaves that are more like that, you know, bottom heavy. I know, don't take it personally. Or you can have the round the other way. So they're top heavy, like that. So they look more like balls, like droplets. You decide. I'm still deciding. I think I'm going to go, just by way of contrast, I'm going to go with a pointed leaf. So it goes up and comes back down the other side. Just literally up and back down the other side. Okay, let's give that one a go. Right, so now I've decided that, I better stick to the plan. Okay, so let's start at the base and we'll work our way up. Don't worry about the stalks. We'll drop the stalks in afterwards. Let's put the leaves in. So I'm going to put a leaf there. That's a rubbish leaf, Barbara. I'll get my iron in a minute. This isn't hard grey. Right, here we go. Leaf. Leaf. That's it. Now, once you get your iron, it's not so bad. And you could do pairs as well, couldn't you? Like that. Okay. What's Paul trying to tell me? I can see here. Hang on, Paul. Let me just read. Lots of people are interested in joining the lose or gain weight group. All right. Now we need a name for the group then. Think of a name for the group. Come on. Come on, friends. What are we going to call it? Let's call it. Come on. Think of a good name for our group. What could we call it? I'm still on the leaves here. This is going to be really pretty. I might put a little tiny one. We could put little tiny ones in afterwards. Just get the big ones in where they're going to sit. You see what we're playing at here, can't you? It's actually, I find it easier. I don't know about you, but I find it easier. That's going to be pretty. To turn the paper, don't you? Let's have a look. Yeah, come on, think of a good name. This is going to be pretty. And then I think we need probably, so you can always come in a bit further in a minute. So when you lift this up now, what you've got is a load of little, look, what you should have, if you've done this, just lay that under there, is that, which looks a bit ropey. But good spacing, good spacing. Okay. Now let's have a look. If we'll come in now, start from the bottom again. And let's get a bit of a sweep going so that it's got a bit of a flow. Down. So you've got to join up now the leaves. So you've got to come in there and get a nice flow going into the, it's all about going with the flow. It really is at the moment as well, you know, isn't it, in life, hey? What a game. What a game this is at the moment. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, really. So drawing something like this, which is very simple, but very pretty when it's done, very gentle, and actually very useful, will make you feel better. It may only be a temporary, but it will work. It will do its job for the time you're doing this. I was thinking actually, for myself, I'm so busy at the moment. I'm really not. Yeah, nice. I was thinking also, see, because these are going to be black, so you can't put an outline one over the top of a black one. Yeah. So this, look how pretty that is now. Now we've got, I think this is looking pretty good as a wreath. When you sandwich them together, if you kind of compress them into one layer, it's looking pretty good, isn't it? But actually, when you lift that off, it looks pretty nice on its own. It could do with a couple of little berries or something, couldn't it? And we can add that, we can add all that after we've got the main thing down. Just lift this up and make sure you've connected all the leaves. That's important. Yeah, I have. Let's do it over here as well then. Put the leaves in where we want them. Yeah. Yeah, funny old world at the moment. Just keep wondering what's next, don't you? Mad. Absolutely mad. Have we thought of a name yet for our losing weight? Let's have a look. I might know. Maybe people like my dad who want to. Winners and losers. Wait for it. Grayscalers. No, you can't call it the Fat Shack. That's terrible. Who said that? The Fat Shack. That's the sort of thing my brother would come out with. No, we're not calling it the Fat Shack. That is not. I like the Grayscalers. I like that. Who thought of that? I like the Grayscalers. Should we call it the Grayscalers group? The Grayscalers group. And then you can scale up and you can scale down. So it kind of, it's all encompassing, isn't it? I like the grey calorie counters, CCC. Bit of a mouthful there, Glynis. I think Grayscalers has got my vote at the moment. Any good? Any good? Grayscalers, are we up for that one? Right, hang on, let me get my glasses on. Keep going with our beautiful wreath. Come on. So I've got a leaf there, a leaf there, and a leaf there. I could probably do with adding another. No, that'll do for the minute. It looks a bit sad, but it will go. It will go. And then, because these are going the other way now, aren't they? So let's sweep these in. Have we drawn a circle? Yeah. So we'll sweep these in now. Nice this is, you know. Oh, they've all come from that way. It looks a bit weird. Or do you know what? If that happens, then all you've got to do is take out the leaf or the whatever it is, move it a bit and change the angle of it. There you go. And now it flows in at a different place. Nice. I haven't got any leaves up this area. It's all a little bit too birdy. There we go. Got one in there. I'm going to put another one there. Should I take it off there? That's quite nice. Doesn't flow though, does it? The thing is, you see, when you're doing this kind of work, when you're doing this stuff, let's have a look. How about we come over there like that? That looks more like it. This is the way to go. They're sort of dropping a bit, aren't they? There. Nice. So if you did that and you looked at that, you'd say that was definitely the same family, right, as this. So they're the same family. So you've got two wreaths now that actually work together, don't they? So that's a good start. And then once we've transferred, now what we're going to do first is take this one. We'll take the one that we did first, this one, and we'll transfer. We've got to write on the back. We've got to do a bit of a transfer trick on this, haven't we? So we turn it over. Get rid of your tracing paper. Let me pan out a little bit. I feel that I'm so close now. Hey, steady, Yiddy. Grayscalers. Monism. Monism? Is that how you say it? Monism. Well done, Mo. Grayscalers. Excellent. So what we'll do is set up a Facebook group. I think Facebook's the best place, so we can hang out. Oh, I know. Do you know what? Oh, I tell you what we could do as well. We could think of some recipes, couldn't we? Because I mean, we all like some nice recipes. Like, yeah, how does that sound? I think that'd be a good idea, you know. And it keeps you company. You're not alone, you see. And I know you come here to doodle, and that's what we're doing. But wouldn't it be lovely if we could actually hang out together and do that as well? Yeah. Paul, any chance you could set up a Facebook group for us? What do we need? Is it a chat group, or I'm not much good at this stuff. Paul's better at this than me. Grayscalers. Yeah. Grayscale Fat Club. I can't believe you called it a Fat Shack. How very dare you? That's funny. Is my brother in the room? Right, come on. We need to transfer so that we've got the grey on this side so we can pop it over to the neck. So we don't need the circle now. Lose that bit of the circle. Look at that lovely sunshine. Have I got to shut the curtains again? Let me just draw the blinds. So it gets so nice and sunny. There we are. Now, don't forget tomorrow at 9 o'clock, I'm on the telly on the craft store. I need a bit of masking tape now. Where's all that masking tape? We got loads of it. We've got our own brand now, haven't we? Surely, Barbara, you must have some masking tape in the building. You've got a warehouse full of it. Hang on. Where's all the masking tape on there? Isn't that strange? Just having a little dig around. It's because we're going up to the TV. Hang on. Because you can hear me walking around the room here. Because we're going up to the TV. Oh, I can't find my masking tape. All right. When in doubt, hang about. Groovy tabs to the rescue. I don't want it to move while I'm doing this, really. So I'm just going to tape it up. That's it. Tomorrow, television, 9 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Yeah? Craft yourself slim. Fabby flabbers. No. Stay home. Shelf. Stay home. No, we're not on the shelf. Stay home, everyone, and lose fat. No, Grayscalers. Oh, it's definitely got my vote. Right, you ready? Grayscalers it is. And what we're going to do now is just add. We're just transferring now, and to do that, we've got to put our ink on this side, haven't we? Ready? So coming round. This will be nice when it's done. So and now you can get the proper flow going. Here we go, because you're doing it by hand. So we come in, sweep through. Here we go. Let's get our little, and then once we've done this, you see, then this would be nice. Then we could transfer it to the card, can't we? And once we've done this as well, here's the next thing. We can decide whether we want to add the leaves to the same layer, or whether we want to can do all that afterwards. Look, see, let's just get this in place first. This is going to be so pretty. Right, there you go, little heart with a nipple. This is where you can change it as well if you're not that keen on where you've got your flow going. Be good. It will be good. Yeah, so 9 o'clock and 1 o'clock on the craft store. Mixed media, that is. Very nice stamps. Oh, I've got loads of stuff on there. It's all that the mixed impressions stuff, that kind of bridge to art stuff that makes it really easy to create fabulous arty backgrounds very simply. Right. So we've got them on there, and the Doodleology stuff. That's really nice too, from Cherry Green. So we've got some really good bargains coming in there. Let's have a look. So that's going to look so nice, you see, this bit here. And we've still got that as well. So while we're on it, if you wanted to, well, come on, we're here. We're in the building. We might as well do this at the same time. See how you can get the flow going now? Because you're bringing it round like this. It's rather smooth, isn't it? Because you keep flowing from one to the other. See what I'm doing? And the HB is dark enough and soft enough that it will transfer really easily in a minute. Now with this grayscalers, right? I think what we really need to be honest about, I think this is about honesty here, isn't it? We've got to be honest about what we weighed to start with. I mean, I've just broadcast it. I've just said exactly what that little speaking scale said, the talking scales. I cannot believe that, right? But you've got to be honest. You can't say that you're a stone. You've got to do what you've got to do what you feel right saying, right? But I know that if it's going to work, I have to, like, now that I've actually said, I'm overweight. I feel I'm overweight for myself. And this is what I weigh, and this is what the scales say, right? And the only way forward is total rigorous honesty. If I'm going to lose weight, then the only way I can do it is by saying exactly what I weigh and how much I'm losing. And what will happen is, because I'm not broadcasting it, but because I'm declaring it, because I'm not keeping it a secret, that's the opposite, it will be more effective. I can only speak for myself. That's how it works for me. If I declare my weight and I'm truthful, and then I declare every time when I'm happy, you know, I think that's the thing about Weight Watchers and Slimming World and that. You declare it, don't you? You don't write it on a bit of paper and then put it back in your handbag. I'm sure that you actually do have to. I don't know. I've never been, but don't you tell them, I've lost a pound? I see people with certificates on, 3 stone and that. And I think, oh, Linda Page, look at Linda Page, look at Maria. I mean, amazing weight loss. Phenomenal, right? And, but I think, and I'm not, listen, this whole Grayscalers idea is just it's just a little low-key thing that we can do, us shackers. There you go. So now we've done that. That's cool. Done that one. And then the leafy one, this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to do one at a time. So let's take a piece of card now. I'm just going to, ow, paper cut. Ah, Barbara, I hate paper cut. Right, I'm going to take a piece of stencil card. I'm going for it here. And I'm going to stick it right in the middle, because then that way I can trim it back or do whatever I choose to do afterwards. But because this is my point, because I'm going to use this like a crescent moon. So I'm not going to do it 6 to 2. I'm not putting it on like that. I'm loading it like that. Do you see? Because that's how I want it to sit. In a minute, off there. In a minute, that's how I want it to sit on my paper. You see? Do you get it? It's like a moon. Doodle moons. Beautiful doodle moons. So this is an easy idea. But I think there's a lot of mileage in it. There you go. God, didn't I? Does your mind feel rested? Mine does. It's funny, isn't it? Just come in and do a little bit of doodling like this, and your mind feels rested. Mine does. Feel relaxed. Paul and I are going to get up we're going to leave the house at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning and go up, because I don't want to stay in a hotel and I don't want to leave Dave overnight. So to be at the studios at 6 in the morning, we have to leave at 3. Oh. And that's okay. We're going to drive up together. Well, Paul's driving, bless him, and I'm the passenger. And then see if this is working. Why is that not coming through then? Hang on. So if I've done it on that side, and then didn't I do it on that side? I just did it harder on the other side. Have I just gone on the hard side? So if that's the moon, but the moon's in the wrong way now. So oh, for crying out loud. Right, okay. That's all right. There was the time, 5:02. Done it on the wrong side, haven't I? Did anyone notice? No, you didn't. That's all right. I need it on this side, and I didn't. I just did it thicker on the other side. Silly girl. It's all right. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. DSTSS. There you go. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. DSTSS. There was a time I used to sweat the small stuff. I did. I used to panic about the slightest little thing. And now, I've got to be honest, this COVID pandemic, if it's done anything for me, it's helped me get that right size stuff, you know, get it in perspective. DSTSS. It's easier. So now what I'm doing is doing what I should have just done. But there it comes. Wunderbar. No. With everything that's going on in the world, I'm not going to get into a tiz just because I didn't do a little bit of doodling on the right side. Now that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Hey. Yeah, so we're getting up at stupid o'clock, and we're going to be as fresh as daisies by 9 o'clock. I'm on with Paula. I love Paula. Great energy. Great energy. And it'll be 9 o'clock and 1 o'clock, and then off we go again. Then back down the motorway, and then we're going to start picking and packing those grey day orders. Get them sorted out. We'll start on Saturday. There's a team coming in on Saturday to get a dent in it. That's if you buy with us. I'm sure you will. You've got a wish list. Have you got a wish list? I tell you what, now's the time to get it out if you have. I tell you. Now, let's have a look. All right. Actually, I'm quite glad I did that twice because now I can transfer it really easily. And I've already explained. I'll do that one in a minute. That one. That's a lovely. See, that's going to be perfect for like the back of the card or the inside of the card. And I'll tell you what I was going to say. Right, as far as the back of the card goes, this is worth knowing as well, right? In the sale, do you remember those custom stamps? Beautiful little, we did those fantastic sets. I don't even think, I haven't got mine with me. I did see this though. Yeah. Do you remember I did mine? It said Love Barb in 3 different sizes, and you could get a grunge square or a doodle square. There were loads of different little options, and you can get your custom stamp to say your name or your business or your website or right. I'm going to shine a light in these grey day sales, Grey Friday. I'm going to shine a light on this. This is, if I was going to direct you somewhere, if you've been sitting on the fence with the custom stamps, this is, the price is unbeatable. The price is ridiculous. And it's kind of encouraging you to own your work and to sign your work. And if you've already got if you've already received your custom stamp back and you love it, maybe you'll consider giving that as a gift to somebody and get it for them in the Grey Friday sale. Or maybe you fancy having a second one. Now you know the quality and you know how it works. Maybe you think, right, I'm going to have another go. So if you're going to go, wait till 5 o'clock though, right? Remember, but have a look. That's where I'm shining the light. I'm shining a light on the whole website, of course I am, but that's the key. Whether you're a stamper or a mixed media artist or a potter, whatever, because they work beautifully embedded in clay as well. Really nice. Anyway, so there you go. Let's have how are we doing for time? And how's Dave? People are asking after Dave, Paul tells me. Well, Dave is doing very well. He's got to learn to slow down. He's got to learn to slow down. Dave does not sweat the small stuff. He's not a person who, you know, that's not an issue for him. He learned that one a long time ago. But he does need to slow down. And when he overdoes it, he feels it. I know that. And I think when you have a TIA, that's a little bit, that's a bit of a very lazy moon. When you have a TIA, and I'm sure that many of you will this will resonate with many of you. Let's have a look. Where am I going with my? It knocks confidence a bit, doesn't it? A little bit of that going on, I think. And I'm sure he will forgive me for telling you that. I think so. I think it's not unusual to it would knock my confidence too. Right, now let's have a look. I want to put it back through, and I don't even have to press this now. If this doesn't work, I'll give up. Let's have a look. So what we should have now coming through, let me just do a couple of these. So it doesn't take long, does it? I love working in the shack like this. I often think, I wish it was longer than an hour, but I know an hour's plenty. Now let's just see if this has worked. Let me just take this off. Oh yeah, here it comes. See? There they are. So what we can do is we can, it's up to you. Some of you will fancy running with it, do that. Others of you, I'm gonna pick up this exactly here where I've left off, because we've got a really busy week ahead now with the Grey Friday sales. It's not just about the sales, it's about getting them out the other door. And it will be all hands on deck. We'll all be manning the pumps on that one to get the orders out as quickly as we can. And that's me as well. I'm going to be a picking and a packing. I quite enjoy it. So what I'm going to do is I'll finish this little bit so I don't have to realign it, but that will be where I pick up next week. And then next week we'll add the other layer, and we'll do the inking, and we'll put the writing in, and we'll just make a beautiful crescent moon wreath. And I'll show you some other little ideas that I've got in my head. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's already, oh my goodness, it's already 11:05. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll finish this. I'll drink my cold tea, because it's actually, I'm on lemon in the morning now. I'm on lemon, hot lemon. It's supposed to be really good for you. It certainly reminds you that you're on a diet when you wake up at 6 in the morning and drink hot lemon. It's like, lovely. Good for you. Anyway, lots of love. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe. Paul, thanks for all your help. And I'll see you next Thursday for sure. Paul, I'm right, aren't I? We're doing the SHAC Shack next Thursday. I'm going to be here. I hope that you'll join me. Lots of love. Bye-bye now.